I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration. They make ladies see the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that likes the dark, so that you can find your left and right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, in the glow that lets you know the target of the sun. The story that we become, the promise of what's to come, and I will remain a soldier till the war is won.
Hello all and welcome back to the channel. We're back on the road of Anthracite as the Reading and Northern Railroad is performing their Fall Foliage excursions hauled by steam locomotive number 2102. The train, not too long ago departing Reading, is on its way to Port Clinton to pick up more passengers on the trip to Jim Thorpe. Easing into Port Clinton, number 2102 brings the train to a stop before the crew starts loading people on board. 2102, originally built in 1925 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works, used to be a 280 steam locomotive, number 2044. However, in 1945, the Reading shops themselves rebuilt the locomotive into a 484 Northern design to haul heavy coal trains throughout the Anthracite Mountains. The locomotive is one of 4 Reading T1s still in existence, with the others being 2100, 2101, and 2124 that pulled the famous Iron Horse Ramble excursions after the steam era on the Reading. Today, number 2102 hauls the yearly excursions for the Reading and Northern and the occasional freight train. And with that being said, after the small pit stop, the train is underway again with a spectacular show out of Port Clinton, Pennsylvania. Catching back up with the train at Hawk Mountain Road, we find them cruising through the beautiful scenery of orange, green, and red leaves. Soon we meet back up with the Excursion in New Ringgold, Pennsylvania, where a display of both steam whistles used on the engine are in action. As we get deeper into the mountains, we find ourselves at the Tamaqua Tunnel as we catch 2102 blasting out of the mountains, sending branches and leaves flying everywhere. With the uphill leg of the journey over, 2102 starts descending down the hill towards Jim Thorpe. Here we catch it crossing Marion Avenue. With the sounds of ghost trains from the Reading days, the train has slowed to a crawl as the passengers pass by the awe-inspiring Lake Hotel, taking in the sights. Making the final descent, the train passes by the Jim Thorpe Wye before making it into town. Once arrived in Jim Thorpe, the daily Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway train will pass them in the yard and head up into the Lehigh Gorge, with 2102 following after deboarding passengers at the station. Crossing the Lehigh River, we catch the Gorge train heading into the state park. Following behind is 2102's coaches clattering up the mountain before the enormous sound of 2102 stack talking up the grade, shoving its train over the first leg of the Wye. With the gorge train crossing the Lehigh River on its return trip, it descends down into Jim Thorpe, clearing the tracks for 2102. And once the tracks are clear, 2102 is given the highball and proceeds over the second leg of the Wye. With the train pulled halfway into the state park, it proceeds over the third leg of the Wye, heading back to Jim Thorpe for the train to be stored and the locomotive serviced, while also letting passengers have the opportunity to take a look at 2102's cab and take pictures with the locomotive. Before we head back to Jim Thorpe, we make a pit stop in the Lehigh Gorge State Park, catching the gorge train passing by CP Cole with GP38-2 number 2013 on the point, throttling up the grade. Making it back to Jim Thorpe, 2102 finishes its servicing and heads back to collect its consists. While the Gorge train, this time led by GP38-2 number 2014, pulls into the station. Diesels 2013 and 2014 are both ex-Norfolk Southern GP38-2s owned by the Reading and Northern Railroad, but today they are heading the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway, a train that travels through the Lehigh Gorge, departing out of Jim Thorpe to Old Penn Haven, a 70-minute round trip. Pulling into Jim Thorpe, Reading and Northern's Reading service arrives with RDC's 9168 and 9166, both rail diesel cars built by the Budd Company in 1950, with the 9168 serving the New York Central and the 9166 serving the Boston and Maine. Time soon caught up, and now it was time for the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Train to head into the state park again. With the 2102 Lehigh Gorge Scenic Train and the RDCs in Jim Thorpe, you'd think this would be all on the rails, but no. Being serviced in Jim Thorpe Yard and now shoving back into the station is the Pittston to Jim Thorpe service, with the Special Unit 2023 on the head end. As the PIJT train clears the main line, the RDCs head out of Jim Thorpe on their way back to Reading, as number 2102's hooter bounces off the side of the mountains, teasing its arrival. A little later, outbound is the Pittston to Jim Thorpe train, now under the Jim Thorpe to Pittston train, making its return trip. We got lucky enough to catch the Lehigh Gorge Scenic train inbound, having a meet with the Pittston train, Jeeps and all sounding their horns. With the meet concluded, the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Excursion makes its last departure of the day, with Jeep 2013 making a nice show out of Jim Thorpe. Following behind the departing train is the 2102, pulling in to reboard passengers on the return trip to Reading. Now with the train pulled in and all the passengers nearly on board, the 2102 makes its grand trip back to Reading. Enjoy these next two shots of the engine blasting through the Nesquehoning Tunnel and thundering over Hawks Junction. I usually say this at the end, but I'll say it now. Thank you all for watching this production. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. And for now, let's see some steam railroading in action.